It is the biggest one, not just for us, but for the entire college football world this weekend. It is Tennessee. It is Georgia. 7:30 Eastern on ABC in Athens, Georgia.
10.5-point spread, which I don't really understand that, but I do understand it at the same time.
It has dropped to 9.5 now, so it has dropped a full point.
Oh, dang. Okay, so yesterday I said there's no shot we're winning this game because Kirby doesn't lose 2 in a row. But I got to digging about how Georgia's playing football. I did a little bit of research, not a lot. Don't like to do research. I like to go off my gut. And my gut's telling me, even though this comes off as a homerish pick, my gut tells me that our defense is better than their defense and our offense is better than their offense. So in turn, shouldn't we win the game? Now, obviously, we're going into a very hostile Athens environment. But right now, even as bad as we feel like we're playing on offense, our offense is absolutely better than Georgia's offense. Our defense is leaps and bounds playing better than Georgia's defense. I'm going to take the Vols because I kind of like the whole Ole Miss beating Georgia. Like, I want to be the guy that picks that. But if Georgia wins this is just a classic BVS game. Like, this is yep, Tennessee, once again, going into a game scared, didn't want to come off the bus, especially if it's uncompetitive. But Tennessee on paper here should be able to give Georgia every bit of run for their money, even in Athens, that they should want. I mean, I do like the way our Vols are playing. If we get Nico back, I'm just that more confident. But really, I'm picking this based off defenses. Going into 22, we did not have a defense worth anything. And, kind of like that whole 4th down situation you brought up in the preview. Yeah, we were in that situation a lot because we knew that's the only way we could win is if we scored 45 points. This game, I seriously think we could score 24 points and win this ball game. And for that reason, just puts a whole nother different feel on this game. I'm taking the boys here on a pretty big underdog, I guess, for a big game.
Look, Tennessee, you mentioned it. It's not the same team that went into Athens 2 years ago. That was a great Tennessee team that, at least offensively, that if we had any sort of defense, could have and should have beat Georgia. Obviously, it didn't happen. Georgia had a fantastic team this year. This is not the same Georgia team, but this is Athens. This is at night. And they're coming off of an embarrassing loss to Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Carson Beck is just going to turn into a world beater quarterback because he is what he is at this point.
Just rip the Band-Aid. Stop leading us on. Just do it.
Give me the Vols. I am not.
Oh, you homer! No, you're a homer. That's a homer pick. No, that's a homer pick.
I'm not picking Georgia in this game because, look, Tennessee is going to win this one. They're going to make it to the SEC title game, and they're going to make the playoffs as an 11-1 team, 12-1 after they win the SEC title this year.
No, I'm going to break your heart. See, Tennessee's going to win this game and then lose to Vanderbilt to not go to Atlanta, and, yeah, that's –
Listen, don't you put that evil on us. Don't you dare put that evil on us. Is me sitting in Skylar's chair right now?
Hey, I'm just telling you, that is the most Tennessee thing that could happen to us. But anyways, I like it. So we're both picking Tennessee.
Quit with that battered ball syndrome, man.
There is not a single person in the comments chose Georgia. Is that seriously because they're Tennessee fans? Or is that seriously because they kind of see what we're seeing in Georgia? It makes them look vulnerable.
No, seriously. Taking off the orange glasses, you said it. On paper, Tennessee should win this game because they have a better defense. Georgia probably has a slightly better offense, but when you really do the digging there, Tennessee overall has a much better offense because we can actually run the ball. And Nico is able – when you look at it on paper, yes, Carson Beck has thrown 100 more passes and he's got 600 more passing yards, I believe. But when you really go in and look at it, Nico is a more efficient quarterback than him. and he is a better quarterback than Carson Beck is. Tennessee should win this game, even with it being on the road. They definitely should not be a 9.5-point underdog. I would list this at probably 4.5, 5.5, somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
Tennessee's still an underdog, but it should not be 9.5.
All right. I know everything I want to know. I want Tennessee and Texas to win out. I need the battle of the UT. I need it because Texas. So Justin, you're starting to see that Justin, now that he realizes that it's going to happen or could happen, he's starting to stop being as much of a Tennessee fan and starting to really push that Longhorn fandom out into the show. And I understand it, but I can promise you, if Tennessee Texas met in the SEC championship, I would buy all that. I would buy all of that. Give me all of it. Give me Battle of the Oranges again. Like that's kind of a common theme for Tennessee in the postseason.
Well, I mean,
but how's that worked out?
Battle of the Orange versus the Poop Brown. I mean,
oh sure, yeah, absolutely, the real orange. No, and whatever. That's fine. That's what I want to happen.
The real UT. So
yeah, absolutely. But that would give you a matchup in the SEC championship that wouldn't be a rematch. I know a lot of people have a hard time watching two teams play 3 times in a season, which could absolutely happen, especially now the playoffs expanded to 12 teams. You could see Alabama, Georgia 3 times because they play in the regular season. They could play in the championship, and then they play in the playoffs. Like, that's the stuff that people don't want to see. Texas, Tennessee, if they were to win out and make that game, that would be kind of cool because those are 2 teams that didn't meet in the regular season. It'd be really cool to see that type of game play out.